Thank you, guys.
Hello.
Okay, so quick question. Who wants to take an Ussie? Right? I just learned that from Melissa yesterday. She said, do you know the difference between a selfie and a group? It's an Ussie.
Have you heard that before? I was schooled by an 11-year-old.
Okay, so we're going to need you guys to be like super loud and awesome and make everybody else jealous that you're in this room and smile really big because it's going on social media. Ready? Woo!
Yay!
Thank you. You guys are awesome. Okay, don't post that. Melissa's going to teach you why.
All right.
Ready?
Oh, switch me sides. They switched that on us. All
They
right, I get
switched
the
us. They
opportunity
confused
to
us.
start this seminar with telling you what not to do. Okay, so what not to do on both Facebook and Instagram. So if you look at that first picture, what does it say on that hashtag?
Flex Friday.
Flex Friday. Now he might be flexing his ab, he might be flexing his bicep, but you can't see it. So I am all for Flex Friday. I think that's great for the business that we're in, but you gotta be flexing something. The second one is Beachbody. Now, I don't know if you know this or not about your company that you work with, but they have a lot of money.
We have a little bit.
They have a lot of money, more money than we have. So I don't want you to try to compete with Beachbody when it comes to advertising. Does that not look like a Beachbody advertisement? So what happens? They go to beachbody.com in order to buy the product. So whenever you post anything that has to do with our product, it's got to be about you, not the actual product. The next one is Shakeology. And I did find these pictures, and if you're in here, I apologize. I did find these by searching the hashtag. And Tara and I want to tell you that if you kiss your Shakeology bottle, then you can kiss your business goodbye. It doesn't work. No more, promise me, put your right hand up. No
I
more
solemnly
kissing
swear.
of the Shakeology bottle. Thank you. Okay, number 4 is Sweaty Pic. Ew, that's just gross. She is taking a picture of her sweaty ear. True story. Sweaty pics, again, are great for our industry and what we do, and a sweaty pic can even be sexy. But taking a picture of your sweaty head is not a good idea. Down at the bottom, cheat meal. That's not a cheat meal, Tara, it's a what?
No, it's cheat week.
It's a cheat
Like
week.
this big.
She has a pile of nachos the size of her torso, and people don't want to see that.
True story.
I have cheat meals. I'm sure you have cheat meals. We're here in Vegas. However, think about that kind of thing when you post. Don't make it a cheat week. Make it a cheat meal. And then selfie. Tara brought this to my attention even just backstage. I don't think that's really a selfie because he isn't doing this, right? He's doing this and taking a picture of the mirror for one. So it's really not even a selfie. But two, it's a horrible picture. So talking from Instagram.
I mean, you're really cute. If you're in here, you're really cute.
Yeah.
We can't see you.
I bet you're handsome. But they have to be nice, clear pictures. How about the next one? Transformation Tuesday. Fantastic business builder. However, I do not want you dropping your drawers and standing there and taking a picture of your legs. Okay? No drawer dropping. Doesn't work. And then the last one, cover your ears. It is Fitspo, not Titspo. Okay? So we don't show all of the goodies to prove that we've had a great transformation.
Now, I know a lot of you in this room are thinking, crap, I posted that before. Maybe just posted it yesterday. We both have done that. That's why we're using these as examples, because what did Carl just talk about? Failing, right? We've failed a lot in this business, and these are things that we learned not to do. So we want to teach you some things to do now. How to have a 10-second brand when someone goes to your social media page. Now, keep in mind, Instagram and Facebook are very different, and Melissa's going to touch on that a little bit. When you go to Melissa's page, you see fitness, abs, muscles everywhere. So when you go to her page, you're like, I want to get fit. I want to message her to know how to work out or get a plan. When you go to mine, you see a lot of words. I know it's really little, so you probably can't read them, especially in their back. But to give you an example, it says organic living, faithful, fearless leader, mom of two, dreamer, doer, entrepreneur. And I'm standing there like this, like I'm fierce. I'm a really big baby. But I want people to think that, so when they go to that, they're like, well, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a knockout. So they're going to ask me about my business. What do I do? So we want you to go to your page and say, what do you see? Ask somebody you trust, not someone that's going to be like, yeah, that looks great. No, have someone say, you know what, I feel like it's a little bit too cluttered. I feel like you need to make it more simple. I feel like it needs to be to the point. So ask somebody, What do you think when you go to my page? Because you want to capture their attention in 10 seconds before they start scrolling. And then we're going to teach you what to post when they start scrolling. Your story. You're going to post bits and pieces about your story because a story is what's going to sell people. Be the hero of your life and not the victim. Melissa and I had this huge opportunity to go listen to Bo Eason at his Power event talking about storytelling. And just rooming together, we learned so much about each other. It was a great time. We slept in different beds. And we learned, the biggest thing we took away from that was that we needed to be the hero of our story. We had to stop doing the woe is me. Have you ever met the person where you're like, hi, how have you been? I haven't seen you in forever. And they're like, it's just been terrible. I feel like my hair is falling out. I'm like so unhealthy. I need to lose like 10 pounds. I haven't pooped in a week. My kids are driving me crazy. My husband's been gone for like 2 months. I haven't showered in a week. And you're just like, ooh. Do you want to hang out with that person? No. You're like, log on social media. Be the hero of your life. I have a coach. Her name's Amy. And she had cancer. She doesn't anymore. Right? And what I loved about her was she was never the victim. You never heard her complaining about chemotherapy treatments. You never heard her complaining about support groups. You never heard her complaining about losing her hair and said she was rocking the pixie. She showed up a day after her chemotherapy treatment and was at Summit. Mm-hmm. How incredible is that? Whereas other people are at home making excuses on why they can't find a babysitter. Mm-hmm. She came with the pixie cut and she rocked it and she had confidence. So be the hero of your story. Facts tell, stories sell. You can know every ingredient in Shakeology. You can know every macronutrient and every product we have. But people are not going to purchase from you because you're really smart. They can Google that stuff. But your story is what's going to sell those products. We are all Beachbody coaches in this room. The only difference between all of us is that we all have a different story. You attract people most like you. If you're not putting yourself and your story out there, you're not going to attract the people that you want to work with. So make sure that when you're on social media, you're telling stories. You're not sharing logos of all of the stuff that we have, although they're fabulous. Share your story. Be authentic to you. I know you hear people say all the time, duplicate successful people. Follow them on social media. Are you following us? Thank you. But don't copy and paste people's statuses. Be creative and make your own. If you would love to share what someone says word for word, do that, but credit the person who said it. Be authentic to yourself. People want to hear from you. They don't want to hear from other people. They don't want you regurgitating everything else that you're seeing. They're following you for a reason, so give them little pieces of you. We're going to do a little bit of a 3-step outline, because I know some of you right now are thinking, that's great, I get it, I understand it. I know my story, I don't know how to share it, or maybe you don't think you have a story. So we're going to do a little thing, a little assignment. I want everyone to close their eyes. All the way in the back, we can't see you.
I can.
Okay, keep an eye on them. Keep your eyes closed. I want you to think of a moment in your life, a really dark time that just sucked. You don't want anyone to know how you felt in that moment. You were afraid that other people might find out. Maybe you cried because you felt like other people judged you when you were a little kid for a certain reason. Think about how that made you feel. Think of that pit in the stomach feeling. I want you to keep your eyes closed, and I want you to raise your hand with your eyes closed. If I told you to post that on social media right now and you thought, no way, I would never post that on social media. I don't want anyone to ever know about that moment in my life. Keep your eyes closed. Open your eyes. Look around. We all have something we're fearful of sharing. But that's what's going to connect you to other people. My marriage was not always perfect. And I got to the point on social media where I finally told people I was a crappy wife. But I did the love dare, and I did things to work on it. And we created a freemium on how to have a better marriage in 10 days. Why did people sign up for that? Because I told them how we got through the steps on getting better. Nobody would want to opt into that if they just thought we always had a perfect marriage. I had $35,000 in debt when I signed up as a coach in 2011. Do you think I wanted to talk about that to people? No, but instead I did. I went on social media, I'm like, yo, I'm in debt. I did the Dave Ramsey system, and I paid it all off with Beachbody money. People wanted to join me now. So you have to talk about the things that make you uncomfortable, where you think people are going to judge you. They might. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. The 3-step outline to learning how to tell that story. That thing you just thought of that made you really uncomfortable. We learned this at Bo's event, and it was just so powerful to the both of us that we were like, we have to share this here. Think of that moment, and when you leave Summit, it can be on the airplane, but don't you dare let your feet touch the ground in your hometown without writing this assignment out. First, write that story down as someone else's perspective that was maybe there. You're writing it through their eyes. For mine, it was my mom. I wrote about how she was alone with us for so long, and how strong she was, and how she really provided for us, and how scary that must have been for her. And I respected her so much more after that. And I know Melissa wrote hers in the perspective of her mom as well. And afterwards, we were both like, hey, Mom. So write it in someone else's eyes. Number 2, I want you to write it as a child. Write it from a child's perspective. So you can't use fancy words. Kids say things like poop. Write it from their perspective. And then lastly, which was our favorite, write it as a fairy tale. Started out once upon a time where there were unicorns and rainbows and you lived in a magical house. And end that feeling with just an amazing ending. And then we want you to take that story and we want you to craft your story. And in that story, we want you to take out all the things that don't matter, all the things that they're just pointless when you talk about it. And then we want you to find your one true sentence. You want to go ahead and give an example of what your one true sentence was?
When I was born, doctor after doctor after doctor told my parents that my feet would have to be amputated.
Isn't that amazing? Doesn't it make you think?
What?
Why? Right? You want to know why? It's on YouTube. You should watch it. After I heard that about Melissa, I thought, I didn't know that much about her story. I knew a little bit, but I didn't know it was that severe. And so she asked me to watch her story on YouTube. I was in tears, but not because I pitied her. It was because I looked at Melissa as such a strong, fearless person. And it was someone that I wanted to be around more because I trusted her. Someone who can be that open to others. You trust them. So make sure when you're sharing your story and you're trying to find that one true sentence that you're going to say over and over and over, no matter how many times you think everyone knows your story, they don't. Someone actually just came up to me in the hallway today and she said, hi, I just found out about you. I never knew your story until today, but I wanted to let you know, thank you so much for sharing that. You can't expect that everyone knows your story. To you, you may think it's on repeat, but it's not. Keep sharing your story.
I only think it's fair that you share yours as well, Miss Thing.
Yeah, mine was, for 18 years, I grew up in a home with empty promises. It was about my dad. People didn't know that I came from a divorced family, but raise a hand, how many people in here come from a family where you didn't have a mom or a dad? And you had emotional issues about that, right? I can have conversations with all of you one-on-one, and I guarantee we could connect on a certain level. And now we have emotional connection. You trust me, because we get each other. Have that one true sentence where you're not trying to relate to everyone in the room, you're trying to relate to that one person. Be genuine when you do it. Melissa's going to talk about that.
Yes, and before we tap into this, I do want to share with you that social media is our business. However, the reason that Tara and I are up here together is because I consider her a Facebook expert. She considers me an Instagram expert. And we know this craft very well, but they are so different, so incredibly different. You're going to hear today a lot of Tara wanting to share with you your personal story, where I'm here to tell you that Instagram is kind of a little bit different. I want you to know what your goal is with Instagram is to get as many eyeballs on you as you can so that you can redirect them where you want them to be. Whether that's Facebook, so that they can hear your story, or it's YouTube, or it's your Facebook, or your website, or even your Team Beachbody page where you have your bio. Your goal of Instagram is to just get eyeballs on you so you can redirect them, okay? So I want you to look at these two examples here. This is Tara. She's my coach. And the very first picture is Shakeology next to a wine bottle. But I want you to notice, probably the first thing you notice is that white bag, and it's Shakeology. So I don't know if you're like me, but when I look at that, I'm thinking I'm trying to be sold. I don't even want to read what's underneath it because I know she's going to be talking about Shakeology, and then I need to buy a bag because it's going to make me feel really good. So I don't even bother to read what's underneath. However, in that next photo, I see a really attractive young lady in an outfit I would like to own, as a matter of fact. She's fit and she's smiling, and I am wondering, what is she smiling about? So I read what's underneath, which I'm not going to read right now. She's a comedian, by the way, and she is hilarious. And she's so good on social media, but when she became a Beachbody coach, she felt the need to sell products. So that's what you saw first, was her promoting the products and putting the products out there. And as you can see, she got 3 likes and absolutely no engagement. But on the next one, she got, I'm very bad at percentages, but a whole lot more likes and more engagement because she's attracting her target market, right? She attracted me. She's fit. She's happy, healthy, and in that post, she reveals that she's a mother. That's my target market. So that is the perfect post to put on Instagram. Now, if you have your phone out, and if you don't, I want you to write it down. There is on Instagram an account called fitness_dishes. And what they do is they put recipes up. And not only do they put these beautiful recipes and pictures up, but they also give you the actual recipe. Crazy. It's crazy. Most of these sites won't do that. And it's something that I do as well. When you see my exercises on Instagram, I'm trying to be helpful for free. I'm trying to be genuine. I'm here to tell you, you will never catch me on a gym floor doing a bicep curl, a squat, or a chest press. I hate that stuff. Hate it. So my passion is to help people with exercises that they enjoy doing that saves them time and gets the job done. And since it's my passion, I enjoy doing it, and I put it on Instagram, and it helps bring eyeballs to me. So look at fitness_dishes, and then also my page, because that's what you want to do, is you want to be helpful for free for people so that they trust you. Just like on Facebook, when you tell your story, instantly they want to feel that sense of trust because you're willing to help them for free.
Now, Melissa, why do you think she posted Shakeology and wine and not something like that in the first place? Why do you think she just didn't come out of the bat? Do you think that was probably nervous or judgmental?
Yeah,
or?
she's funny, and you can see in that first post that she was trying to show her humor, but she was afraid. So she was hiding behind being a coach and not wanting to be that very in-your-face comedian that she is. So she was hiding.
So how many of you in this room have not posted something because you felt like you'd be judged? Right? I think we've all been there before. You have to have social media thick skin. Like I said, you're going to win some people and you're going to lose some people. But the people you lose were never meant to work with you anyways. The people that you win will be your lifers. We have had our fair share of haters for no apparent reason. I posted a picture of Adam coming home from Afghanistan after an almost 10-month deployment, and someone was like, "Da, da, 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 da." Why are you going to be mad at that? Don't worry about that. How many of you made a post where it had great traction, a lot of comments, but there was that one negative one, and you obsessed over that one negative comment, right? You're like, man, I thought I was doing so good. You are. Don't worry about that one person. Know that you will get that. Expect that. My goal is to have so many haters because I'm just like rocking it. Have that goal. Don't care if people are hating on you. Are your posts engaging? I'll let Melissa do this one. You want to talk about that?
This is a perfect segue from Carl's little speech at the end of Summit today about failing. Fail. So here I am in beautiful San Diego with Tara and with the Bo Eason event, which I believe he has another one in October.
He does, October. You would love it.
Google it. You've got to look it up. Amazing. Anyway, I had neglected my social media. How many of you start getting itchy and feeling bad if you haven't posted on Facebook or Instagram? Because you're like, my business is going to fail. I got to put something up. That was me. Consistency is key, and you will hear that all the time, but you've got to remember quality over quantity. However, I was late at night. We had finished. I'm like, I have to post something. It's towards the end of the month. I haven't gotten very many coaches yet, so I'm going to post something about how amazing my team is and how successful my team is. And I'm going to Google image a very boring picture that looks like an advertisement for a computer company. That's going to work. So there it is. So I put it up and I watch. And for me, just a little bit of advice for me, not for everybody, but for me, 7 to 9 a.m. and 7 to 9 p.m. is the perfect posting time for me, for my target market. So it was right around 9 p.m., and I'm sitting on the bed, and I'm just going like this. Okay, here comes the flood of coaches, the people that want to become coaches with me, and it's crickets. So I look at Tara, and I'm like, why can't, have you seen how many likes this woman gets on her Facebook posts? You know, hundreds and hundreds and sometimes thousands. And I'm like, I've got 33. What is wrong with my post? So she grabbed my computer and she said, do you mind if I go through your computer? And I said, well, sure. Then she terrorized my post.
So I go on her Facebook, and I'm grabbing pictures that she's actually shared before, but pictures that didn't have any emotional connection to it, just quick little pictures. And I went on PicMonkey.com, which is a fabulous editor. If you guys are not using that, I love that. I use it for everything. And I just put some quick things together. So you see, I want to mentor you. She's looking very Vanna White, very open. You see a beautiful house. Hello, who doesn't want to live there? I want to move in tomorrow.
I have room.
See a picture of a beautiful family. So you see she's a mom. She's got kids. And then you see her abs, and again her arms, and every muscle on her body. Who would you want to talk to? Orange guy who's like with no face, or Melissa who's like, hey, right? So let me read you a little bit of how I started off on Melissa's post. I said, do you have a story? I do, and it's why I know that I am highly successful. Do you believe that our struggles happen for a reason, so we can help other people through them? I do, and I can help you through yours because it's something mine. I've conquered mine. It's very small little words. Do me a favor and imagine what you want and then I went on to say what you want your life to look like. Do you want to be debt-free? Do you want to own a house? Do you want to send your kids to college? If you follow me, I'm painting a picture of what other people are thinking. So they're on Facebook and they're like, man, this debt sucks. Man, I want a house, man. You know? So I'm painting that picture for them and I'm like, whoa, she can help me. She's done that. Be confident. Today we were listening to her talk about how you got to pull your shoulders back. You have to pull your shoulders back in social media. Think of your social media as like a fashion show. You're not going to walk in a fashion show and be like, hey, look at my shoes. Look at my shirt. Hey. Right? You're in a Beachbody fashion show on your social media page. And you're like, hey, look at my house. Look at my family. Be open. You're not bragging as long as you come across as very humble. And Melissa was fearful, right?
Yeah,
fearful
very.
that people would be like,
Very.
ugh, she's boasting, she's bragging. She didn't get any negative comments on this, and she has over 8,000, well, this one was 2,000 likes. 8,000's coming.
Tara.
She's coming.
Tara.
2,000. But do
Tara.
you want to know the last one?
I did get a negative comment.
She got one. You want to know what it says? Let me read this to you. Sorry, have a mentor already at school. Hater. Right? Their mentor at school is not Melissa McAllister. You're going to get haters. But she got a lot of coaches from that post.
I did.
A lot of emails. A lot of good people.
In fact, just this morning, I was checking my Instagram. You know, when you check your feed, I got in a comment on this. Just today, it still sits up there, and it still gets some inquiries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So Melissa's going to talk a little bit about why you're here at Summit, things that you should be posting.
Yeah, we're excited. And what happens is we post a picture with someone that we saw or someone that we knew or a new product or a screen that shows the growth of Shakeology over the last 5 years and stuff. And to your prospects, that means absolutely nothing. So it's really important that we help you understand that what we want you to do is to post with purpose. So everything that you put on has a purpose. Because if it doesn't, then what happens is people will see your name and whatever you write, they just kind of scroll through. Because they're there for many reasons, to feel good, to feel good about, to learn something, right? Or to laugh. So you always want to post something that gives them purpose and a reason to look at what you're posting. So this is me with the beautiful Monica Award last year at our conference, and it was a huge moment for me. I was very excited to do that, just like I am today. And we sat up there and we talked about form. Hopefully you're using form this year. And I took that picture, and then this is what I wrote. And if you can look at it real fast, I won't read it to you, but I just want you to know it's about me, 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 me. I talked about me a lot. And I was sad. This was a year ago. I've learned a lot since then, but I was so sad because I was like, I was hoping that it would interest people in what I do. But what it did instead is probably made them think, I can't get to that level.
Right.
You know, she's talking about her and the accomplishment that she's done instead of relating to the people that would like to get there someday. So once again, guess what happened? I got terrorized. Yes.
And just a little tip. So she hashtagged Beachbody Coach, fire your boss, Shakeology rocks, my team rules. Just a little tip. If you're still employed, it's probably not a good idea to hashtag fire your boss. They're going to see that. It's happened to one of my coaches. After picture. Again, we're not going to read all of this, but it came across very humbled, honored. It was a post about speaking in front of all of you because Melissa's always felt that way. Melissa is never a person about me, me, me. But on social media, you have to understand that people don't know you. They're starting to get to know you. So speak authentically from the heart. And that's exactly, I was in Melissa's head. I knew what she would say. So I made this post for her, and she had 8,000 likes. She had a lot of traction. She had people messaging her saying, what are you speaking at? What do you do? Can I attend that? She had people asking questions. Get people to want to ask you questions. And a good way to do that is actually to start off with a question or end with a question. And this is true for Instagram and Facebook. You can do that for both ways because you're asking them to engage with you. You're not just posting for them to like it or just love it. Is it love for Instagram? You can tell I'm so good at Instagram. I'm going to give you a couple examples of some coaches because I know a lot of times people say, well, of course Melissa's going to get traction like that. She's gorgeous. She's just very successful. So I said to some of my coaches, can you open up a little bit and send me some pictures of when you really sucked? And then can you send me ones where I think you're really awesome? And they're like, yeah. So that's why their names are there. They gave me permission. Danielle Hogel, she's here at Summit. She's one of my rock stars. But this is one of her posts in 2012 when she became a coach. How many people have posted a picture like that before? Yeah? Everyone who didn't raise your hand, you're totally lying. We've all done that. She said, challenge packs, save money, hip hop abs in like every program. Buy it right now. Nobody wants to do that. They don't know what that means.
Why?
When you see one share, don't let her fool you. She shared that to her own like page. It had no traction. But the next one is her posting a recipe. Easy, healthy side dish in under 5 minutes. Free information. Free, helpful content. Who wants to know how to make a healthy side dish in 5 minutes? Right? You're going to ask about that. The next one is Samantha. Hey guys, I have 10 plus people that have messaged me about the offer of TurboFire, P90X, Brazil butt lift. Just a quick reminder, you only have 1 week left to get your choice program and Shakeology for $14.95. The first 2 people to commit tonight will get a free gift from yours truly. It's time to end the trend. What are you waiting for? Now, we're not trying to lie up here. I've seen everybody post that because I've done it myself. When you say, I have 2 spots left, you've got nothing. Don't be trying to lie to them. Just be open. I have a group that I'm opening. Are you someone who wants to lose 5 pounds in 14 days? I can help you. Message me how. Just be open. Don't be like, time's ticking. I've got nothing.
Infomercial.
But then Sam learned that it was okay to talk about her pregnancy. At first, has anyone in here been pregnant and gotten those comments on social media where like, you shouldn't be working out. Don't squat. The baby will fall out. Right? We're not disabled. We have a baby in our belly. So she started talking about that, about how her doctor said she could drink Shakeology instead of her prenatal. Jonathan Galfland, check that. How she was doing workouts. What do you think she attracted? Pregnant moms. That was her target market. She is on fire signing up pregnant people. We're having a lot of babies in Beachbody. Because they look at that and they're like, I can do that too. My last one is Amy Allen. I love her. She's the one that I said had cancer. Amy didn't even say anything. She just posted a picture. Sean T does not sell that well. He is not that hot. But then you have the after. And her husband came home from a deployment. Everybody had that warm, fuzzy feeling. They liked it. They commented. Congratulations. People she didn't even know. And now she's showing up in their newsfeed because they're a military wife too. But then they see her other post of her talking about helping people through cancer in a support system, helping people with their nutrition. And then they've messaged her and said, hey, I saw where you posted that your husband came home. Congratulations. I hope I'm not a creeper, but I saw that you also posted this. What's that about? Post things that are going to make people want to engage with you. Post with purpose. Melissa and I both do this. You want to touch base a little bit on some of these?
Yes, finding that emotional connection. Like Tara was talking about, starting or ending with a question. I always when I'm posting on Instagram or I'm posting on Facebook, I don't think about the 12,000 people on Facebook or the 234,000 on Instagram. I think of one person. And I think of one, my target market lady. I see her right now. I could describe her to a T to you, and she's not that happy. And so I make it an emotional connection post. Like I'll always start my post like, do you stand in your closet and stare at your clothes because nothing fits, right? And you're going to reach that person that needs help really, really bad. So just by starting that post makes them want to read more, and they feel like you are talking to them, and that's exactly what you want.
Yeah. What are you good at? You can be good at anything. You guys have so many amazing talents. That's why this company is so successful. Talk about what you're good at. It doesn't have to be anything related to health and fitness. I'm just good at talking. My mom told me my whole life to shut up, and now she's like, paid off. What are you good at? So I use that strength, and I make YouTube videos, and I make my husband dance around in a one piece doing a happy dance song. It works. So what are you good at? Use that. What are you proud of? Do you have an accomplishment that you want to brag about? Maybe you want to brag about your kids. I brag about mine all the time. And I've gotten hater comments where like, your kids actually aren't that cute. What? Yes, they are. What are your confidence as a leader? Right? What do we talk about? Shoulders back. Confidence as a leader. We all doubt ourselves. There have been many times where we text each other and we're just down. We're low. But you're not going to see us posting that on social media on how bad we feel like we suck. Push harder when you're at those lowest moments. Your health and your happiness, be proof that the product works. There's nothing worse than someone going through McDonald's drive-thru with their car decked out in Beachbody logos. I've seen it. Your financial success. This one's my favorite one. Can you tell I'm a huge fan of Dave Ramsey? I just love him. Did anyone go to the workshop? Yeah? Oh, I love it. Your financial success. Post about that. I think my mom thought I was working for free for a really long time because I just was so scared to post about it. She's like, Tara, maybe you should find a job. I got one, Mom. Post about that. Tell people that they can do that too. But don't just post about you. Post about your coaches. Celebrate the milestones that they've had. If they've earned their first paycheck, I'm going to put you in a little tip. I don't actually do challenge groups. I haven't done challenge groups in probably a year, maybe a little bit more, because I'm not naturally a fitness fanatic person. I lost 62 pounds basically because I had to. My health was suffering, my confidence was suffering, I was starting to get depressed, and my son thought that that was the norm. So I did it because I had to, but what I'm best at, my love language is giving. And it just means giving of my time, giving of what I know, my knowledge, and so I actually do challenge groups based upon financial success. And I'll make a post and I'll say, do you ever wish that you could be mentored by me? Do you ever wish that you could be in a fitness group or learn how to eat organic, but you don't have the money? Doesn't everyone always say they don't have the money, and then you see them posting about purses? So I got those people in a group to learn how to budget their lifestyle. But the goal in that group was when you earn $140, you're buying a challenge pack. And that's what happens for me. I ran a group on Base, and I signed up 50 people in 1 week because I taught them the Dave Ramsey system. Thank you, Dave. So post things that you're good at. It doesn't have to be challenge groups. If you're someone that you find that it's really hard for you to post about fitness, because Melissa loves it, so it's great. She's a natural for it. I'd have to be Googling stuff all day long. So post about what you're good at. How do you measure your success?
Yeah, and before we get started on that, I did want to touch base with you. I do get asked all the time, how do you use Instagram to get customers and to get coaches? Right, so let me touch on that real fast. It's like I told you before at the beginning, it's all about the eyeballs. So if you ever scroll through my Instagram, you're going to see a ton of fitness videos. Every once in a while, you'll see a picture that is a motivational post, and then I try every once in a while to slip in something that's a little bit funny to show people that I'm human and I have a sense of humor. But it's mostly the videos. And then I will post about my challenges. Like if you've been on my Instagram, you'll see I have my PIO challenge posted. But I won't keep it up there Because what happens with Instagram is people scroll really quick through your pictures to decide whether or not they want to follow you. And it needs to look consistent. So when you look at mine, it is consistent. And that's what you're trying to do. So you have homework. If you have Instagram, if you don't have Instagram, please get one.
Yes.
It's a huge business builder. But scroll through it. Or have a friend, just like Tara said earlier, a friend that you trust. Or if you ask a teenager, if you don't have one, you can borrow one of mine. They're brutally honest.
Very
and they will
honest.
tell you it sucks if it sucks. If there's no consistency to it, people aren't interested in it. That's the difference. You can be so random with Facebook, but you really can't be with Instagram. It has to be the same thing. So when you scroll through mine, that picture that you saw Tara use with that Beachbody ball, I have that up. And it is from, oh my goodness, almost a year ago. But I left that one up because if someone's interested in following me, they will find that picture and they'll click on it. And they do. And still to this day, I will get inquiries a couple times a week about what I do. And so that builds my business. But I won't leave my challenges up because I don't want people to scroll through my Instagram and see that I'm pitching network marketing. I don't want them to see that. I want them to know that I care about them. I want them to get healthy. And if they dig deep enough, they're going to see what I do. Or they'll go onto my website, or they'll email me for some personal advice. But that's how I convert them. Okay, it's never directly on Instagram. And interestingly enough, every time I post a video, every single time I post a video on Instagram, I instantly lose about 100 followers. Every time. Sometimes more. If you've ever seen that McDonald's picture of me trying to look sexy with a McDonald's t-shirt on, I got my face down. I thought it was a great picture. It was out of desperation, just like before. It was a fail. I lost almost 800 followers posting that picture. And I posted it because I hadn't posted for a while and I needed to do something. And I thought, it's going to be a good business builder because I don't like McDonald's. I'm going to let him know I don't like McDonald's. But you know what? If you look, I believe, I could be wrong, but I think it has like 400 to 600 comments on it. So it helped build my Instagram back up. But it started off as a real negative and an epic fail. But then I got a ton of comments. And even the last one that I did with my daughter, if you saw it, we're doing sit-ups together. And it's just a video, but there's almost 400 comments under that picture. And all it is friends tagging friends saying, let's do this together. Mm-hmm. And that is a great way to build your Instagram account. Have you heard of Statagram? Yeah, it's a way for you to figure out your Instagram and the best time to post, who's following you, what time they're following you out. I want you to be real careful, though, and I don't want you to look at the people that unfollow you. I got stuck in that trap for a little while, and my little old feelings got so hurt. Don't worry about that. The people that unfollow you are not the people that you want anyway. I have 234,000 followers, and I'm not going to be able to touch that many lives. If I am blessed enough to touch 1,000 of those lives, I am a happy camper. So just keep that in mind. 234, I might lose a few thousand here or there. I might gain a few thousand here or there. But I'm really not trying to personally touch 234,000 people. So be okay with the fact that you might lose some followers. It's not a popularity contest, okay? Cancel. I wanted to, those of you too that always say, how do I build an Instagram account? There is sites that you can go onto, like there's igshoutout.net. If you want to look on there, and there are a couple of fitness, you might find other ones that aren't fitness related, but they're fitness sites that actually shout people out. And you can purchase a shout out. For as little as $6, you can purchase a shout out, or as much as $100, depending on how big the site is. But it's a great way to start building followers until it gets big enough that they start tagging each other. And then it will grow organically. When it comes to hashtags, I don't use them. They rotate. And please, if you do use a hashtag, don't use the real popular ones. Don't use Fitspo, Fitspiration, any of those ones that you saw. Don't use those because it goes too fast. I'll never see your picture. It's just a waste of time, not hashtags. So, gosh, I keep pushing that. Consider doing a free challenge. That is actually how I started on Instagram. Chalene Johnson asked me to do some sort of ab workout. And I was like, okay. Took my husband and I forever to get it done. But I fell in love with making videos on Instagram from that. But that was 42 weeks ago. And what she was doing was a free challenge. So if you're new to Instagram, put a little bit of time and effort in helping people for free so that they want to follow you because you are helping them for free on a challenge, whether it's to eat clean, whether it's to drink a gallon of water, whether it's to work out 30 minutes a day or to do 20 push-ups a day. Whatever it is, do a free challenge on Instagram. It works just like it does on Facebook. And then I want you to be confident, okay? I believe it is Shalene that says you can't be everybody's cup of tea. How many of you like country music? Will you raise your hand? Yeah. Okay, put your hands down. How many of you like red wine? Haha, same people. But it was about 50-50 each time, right? Country music, I think, is one of the most widely listened to music genres that there is, but some people don't like it. And that's okay. It's the same with you, okay? You're a wonderful person, but you're just not some people's cup of tea, and be okay with that. Be confident with who you are and post what you love to post about.
So we want you to leave here knowing your 10-second brand, but we have actually a tip that we want to teach you on how to have an open house on your business. But first, we want to ask you guys a little favor. So on your Summit app, you can go on and you can rate how helpful this was to you. We would love it if you guys could go on there and rate for us and give us some feedback so we can know how to better serve you and help you. But does anyone in here want to know how we run a 5-day open house to get people interested? So this was like a random thing that was an idea that we thought of about last year. And what we would do is we'd take a picture of like an open house sign and say, I'm having an open house for my business. It's completely free, no strings attached. Let me know if you want in my group, and we'll teach you what we do. So we'd add all of these people in. I'm not going to lie, I filter to see if they're in another business, because sometimes people just look at that as an opportunity to get to people that are just interested in wanting to do a business. But then when you get into that open house, have personalized videos. If you're not someone that's comfortable making a video, practice makes perfect. So make videos of a welcome, of an introduction. Let them know what to expect over the next 5 days. They're going to have a quick little 10-minute video. And share things about what we do. We work out. We support one another. We have a coach back online office. Make sure that they understand that they're not going to sign up and just be let go. They're going to have support. Talk a little bit about the compensation plan. If you've had success with Beachbody, share with them what you've made in private. I definitely don't boast that on my page, on my main one, with actual numbers, but in my private 5-day open houses, I share that with them. And sometimes they're like, really? You guys really do that? All of us can do that. So give them hope, inspire them. Another example of some of the videos that I've had is I have some of my other leaders go on and share. So they're not just thinking it's just me. I have other people talking about their journey that they can relate with them about. And on the very ending video, it's a call to action. The next 10 people who decide that they want to join me in my business are going to have a one-on-one mentorship call with me, where I'm going to teach you how to kickstart your business. All I'm doing with them guys is a 7-day quick start. You can use fancy language. They don't know what it means. I walk them through the coach basics. I put them in my Emerald to Diamond group. They're in a mentorship. When you see people posting these fancy words like apprenticeship and mentorship and most amazing secret sauce ever, they're using coach basics. It's nothing fancy. So have an open house and invite them to come in. We'd like to close this off with what Jeff Hill was talking about yesterday. He was saying, you'll have a good day and you'll have other days. But I want to end that with, you'll never have a bad day as long as you're a Team Beachbody coach. Can I get an amen for that? Right? We are so blessed to be able to do what we do. Not a lot of people can say that they can help people pay off their debt. They can help them buy their dream house. You have the power to do that. And I want to inspire you a little bit about my story. So in 2011, I came to my first summit, and as I said on stage earlier, I didn't come to be a coach. I was a coach, but I wasn't here for the business. I was here because I was a winner of the Beachbody Challenge. But I saw all you crazy people. I fell in love with you, and I was stuck. But mainly what I saw successful people, but just like me. And I looked on stage and I thought, I can do that. But I didn't think that until I saw an empty seat in the first row. And I remember just that pit in my stomach feeling that I wanted my husband to be in that crowd, to be able to see me up on that stage and be proud of me. But he couldn't because he was serving our country. And I knew if I didn't do something, thank you. I knew if I didn't do something, he wasn't coming home. He was going to keep doing those 10-month deployments every single year. And I was going to have to keep explaining to my children why it's just mommy. So instead, I took matters into my own hands, just like all of you can do here. We all have the same tools. And I told myself that in 3 years, before he had to re-sign for another contract, I would be a $1 million earner. He would get out, and last week he just got out. Love you, baby. You all can do that. I did nothing different than anybody else. I just worked. I believed in the company. I was proof that the product works. I had a why that made me cry. Leave here with something so powerful that you'll never stop.
Yes, and this is the Mindy Lawhorn. If you've ever seen Mindy do this, I have two things. Two things. Well, actually three. I watched her get chills twice up here. The first one was when she asked you to talk about your story, and then when she was telling her story. It was beautiful. But I want you to know if there's any secret sauce that I can give you about coaching, especially if you're brand new, it's not about the amazing products. They're really good. It's not really about making money. When people want to become a coach, it's because they want to feel like they belong to something.
Yeah.
And you'll notice that the most successful coaches that you've seen on stage have created that for people. So if you're a new coach and you have some prospects, or you have just one or two coaches underneath you, just keep in mind it's about making them feel like they belong to something big, okay? So that is your job. And then the last one, dang it.
Which cross was it?
Dang it. Oh, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to find something that works. You do not have to reinvent the wheel. Please don't think you do. I didn't reinvent the wheel with an Instagram. I just took something that was working for other people, which was making fitness videos. And I want you to make it your own. Put your own little spin on it. That is my challenge, my homework to you, and I would love to know when you do it. Tag me on your Instagram. Find something that works for you. You will. Don't reinvent the wheel. Even if it's business, like Tara's More Business. Use that in your Instagram. We'll work on Tara and a business Instagram account. Food, right? Is food your thing? Is exercise your thing? Whatever it is, find your passion, stick with it, be helpful for free, and go for it.
Yeah, and the other thing is too, guys, don't judge your beginning by someone else's middle chapter or their end. Don't look us up here and think, I could never do that. Or look at that person, or look at that person. Be inspired by them. Walk up to them and say, what's one thing you can tell me? Just take little tidbits from everybody, because she nailed it. We are a family. We're all supposed to help each other. It doesn't matter what team you're on, what downline you're on. We all help each other, and that's the beauty in it. So reach out to other people. Ask them to hop on your team calls, whatever it is to do to make people feel like a family, because that's why I fell in love with this company. Everybody was so willing to help me fight for that goal of bringing Adam home. I wasn't alone. I wasn't on that stage today because of myself. I was there because of everybody else and not just on my team. Tommy Migrant had so many talks where I was crying and I said, I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit. I had so many people bullying me because I'm on a small little island, and I just wanted to quit. And he said, don't you dare quit, and let somebody else make Adam stay over there. Don't you dare do it.
Yeah.
Don't you dare quit. What's our theme this year?
Never give up.
Say it louder. Never give up. Never give up. Be here next year. Be here next year with 100 people on your team. Promise? We want to thank you guys for coming. Please be very careful when you're leaving. Be cautious of other people around you. I know it's very hard to get to the next seminar, but I promise you'll make it there safely. Thank you all so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for Tara Carr and Melissa McAllister.
Thank you.